Welcome to Black and Gold Today, brought to you by Ray Brandt Infinity. I'm Rachel Whittaker. Our free agency outlook continues on NOLA.com, and today we shift gears to linebackers. And with me to discuss is Saints columnist Larry Holder. Larry, welcome again.
Appreciate it, and I know we're going to get cranked up, all this free agency talk, and people are wondering and waiting, when are the Saints going to make a move?
Yes.
So they'll actually know if they need to go out and get a linebacker, and I think that's kind of the biggest key here. We don't know what they're going to be playing with money-wise, and we don't know who's going to be in and out for the Saints.
Right, and speaking of who's going to be in and out, one of the guys, David Hawthorne, he's been a starter, and he brings a $6 million hit to the salary cap, so could he be somebody that you could see the Saints letting go, but they would have to find someone else to replace him as a starter? That's
the give and the take here as far as with David Hawthorne. When you're talking he has a $6 million cap hit, the Saints would be able to save $4.5 million if they cut him. Of course, that brings dead money with them this year and next year because he's under contract through 2016. But to me, he's been injury prone. He's also been effective at times, ineffective at other times, and so to me, if you're looking to shed some cap room and create something to be able to go spend some sort of money out in free agency, right, I think he's certainly one of the ones that you target. And yet you bring up the point, how do you replace him? What do? Do you go out on the market and try to get a big time linebacker, David Harris, Brandon Spikes? I don't think they're going to be in the market for that. I know some veteran names that are out there, A.J. Hawk, Lance Briggs. Do you try to rely on them as kind of a stopgap for a year? And then another name that you got to bring up is Ramon Humber. He's been with the Saints, constant backup. He's an unrestricted free agent. If he walks and you cut David Hawthorne, then you're in real trouble. So to me, it's really a give and take.
Right. Humber actually played against the Saints in Super Bowl 44 when he was with Indianapolis. But again, he's been brought back under a couple of one-year deals like we talked about. But obviously, inexpensive is the buzzword that the Saints of course have to make number one in free agency, and when they try and look at people to put in these defensive positions. So how high on the priority list do you think linebacker is when it comes to investing money?
Really depends on what they do with Hawthorne, what they do with Ramon Humber. If you get rid of one of those guys, I still think it's a priority. If both are gone, it shoots up the list because there's a hole in the starting lineup. And you mentioned being thrifty and being cost effective. Yeah. To me, I really think the Saints should look linebacker some point in day 2 of the draft. I've been real high on UCLA's Eric Kendricks. He might not be there when they get to them at 2. I also like Mississippi State's McKinney, Benardrick McKinney, who's really kind of a freakish athlete, different type of a player than Kendricks. Kendricks is better in coverage, which the Saints haven't had a lot of good linebackers who can cover anyone, right, which is a plus. But that's why it seems like to me he's a little higher on draft boards. So I would look day 2. The Saints have not had a good history of drafting linebackers. They tried to do it. Yes. They tried to do it twice last year. Kyrie Fort was supposed to be maybe their inside linebacker of the future, never played it down, and that was a total flame out.
That experiment blew up.
Exactly. and then Ronald Powell's more of an outside linebacker, and he's only played special teams so far for the Saints, and so where do you go? I think that's one of the trickier pieces, kind of an underrated tricky piece to the Saints' puzzle this offseason. What do you do at inside linebacker?
Right, definitely a question that will be answered pretty soon. The Saints hope to get some clarity there. But Larry, as always, thanks so much.
You got it, Rachel.
And thank you for watching Black and Gold Today. We'll see you again soon.